Welcome to the RADcast.
Hey, we're back. Let's go.
They didn't cancel us yet. We are back for
another
episode.
We're two less, but you know,
two less.
But we here.
Not canceled.
We're here.
It's okay. We got a tight 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by a tight 4, I
What
mean
does that mean?
not a tight 4 minutes, because we'll probably go longer than that. But
A few more.
Love it.
Today is November 6th. Just another day.
Just another
Just
average
another day.
Just
November.
another day in paradise.
Just
baby.
another day in paradise.
Yeah.
Well, I love November 6th.
Day after elections.
Yeah. Can't quite put my finger on it, but it seems like there's something going on.
Something in the air.
I think they brought back never-ending pasta bowls at Olive Garden. I think that was the big news of the day.
That was the big news.
I haven't
Yeah.
hit yet.
let's go with that.
Yeah.
That's
So
why we have
get
these
out there,
8
America.
percenters.
Yeah.
Go eat pasta, America.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. What's up, boys? How are things? How's the music life treating you?
Man, music life.
You guys had a big week last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Big
awesome.
week
Big
for
October.
the old RADO.
Yeah, big
Halloween hoedown.
Halloween.
Or Rada.
Halloween hoedown.
Halloween.
It had nothing to do with any country music, but yeah, it was a
Keeps getting
hoedown.
down.
Indeed.
Yeah, it went down.
Yeah, last week was really, really fun.
Yeah.
Getting back from a long October. I mean, we were on
Yeah.
the road. How many days?
We had 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks on the road, basically.
Well, kind of 2 weeks combined twice.
yeah,
so.
twice, plus also FoCo, Manitou. Gosh, we were all over the place.
All over the
Yeah,
place.
went out to
6 weeks.
Nebraska for a 3-night run. Then
Dude.
down
Oh,
to
Nebraska was
Oklahoma.
fun.
How was Nebraska?
Because it was James's birthday.
And Matt
Okay.
flew out.
And I flew out.
Yeah, that was an awesome appearance.
So worked the full day at the day job. And
Wouldn't know.
and then went to the airport. Obviously had many problems getting onto the plane purely because I was flying Frontier Airlines.
Sure.
which-
Not rad.
Frontier, not even once. But I made it, and it was honestly great to be there, not just for Jimmy, but for the whole band, and got to get on a great light rig there. Shout out B-Bar,
Yeah.
great
Shout
staff.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah,
And
that
I
place
re-
is popping.
It was my first time seeing the legendary Omaha, the Shomaha.
Show them the
Hey,
Shomaha.
Yeah.
The crowd there, the friends that they've built with Adam Langdon, sort of helming, getting everybody together.
Yeah, our
it's a
percussionist.
pretty magical deal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Not to mention that guy, has this incredible percussion setup, and he really fills it in right behind. I mean, him and Benny together, it's like this, unstoppable,
Monstrous.
unstoppable train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yup.
guys played what, 2-3 nights out there?
3 nights.
Three
yeah, we
nights.
did 1 in Lincoln, 2 in Shomaha.
Shomaha. I
Except
like
for
that.
I got a gripe with Langdon, dude.
Dude.
He had the poppers going all weekend long.
Dude, it was
Confetti
and he
stuff.
and he broke my fan. He broke my fan with and I had a nice
confetti.
tornado. That's they don't. You see that in the corner right there? No, Logan knows exactly
That
what I'm
is
talking about. That's a
silent
tornado.
and
Sounds like
That's a silent killer.
Sounds like
dude.
somebody put
gets
their
the
fan
whole
in
body.
the wrong place.
Gets the whole body.
I guess so.
Yeah, no. What? Dude, come on, you gotta have
The
it
guy's
act-
responsible for vibe creation. He's
Yeah, I
throwing
guess
off
that's
confetti
fair.
poppers.
I guess that's fair. I guess it was his birthday.
It's
so we'll let it
3
we'll let it-
birthdays.
we'll let it
I mean,
ride.
can't
We'll let it
blame
ride.
him.
beep beep.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibes were
Beep
high.
beep. Yeah, K-Mac's birthday
Shout
and
out.
Adam's birthday.
Yep.
So can't get mad at him.
Shout out. Yeah.
So it's been a fun few weeks, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Nebraska, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma the following week, OKC, and then ripped music
Friendsgiving.
Just
festival. Yeah,
crushing
Friendsgiving.
Tornado Alley over there. Let's go.
Dude,
Dude, thank God it wasn't the weekend
Yeah.
following this
Yeah,
past
dude.
weekend. Oh my gosh,
there was
that
tornadoes. Like it was
Yeah.
77 degrees sunny when we
Yeah, the
played
place
there.
just
Yep.
gets rocked every
Yeah,
time.
I don't know
Yo.
how
Yo.
they
Fall's
they
the
put
time.
it together
Yeah.
to do it in October. It just worked out.
Yeah.
Things came together.
better than the middle of summer because it is hot as
Woo!
Yeah.
hell.
baby.
Yep.
Baby.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
we kick it off, and then we end it with the giant blowout show.
Haha.
Lost Lake,
Yeah.
Halloween,
Lost-
RADO,
Colorado.
Colorado,
Ra-Bisco.
Ra-Bisco.
Ra-Bisco. There's a lot
I
of
have the
names.
documents.
There's the documents
Yeah.
have been
Oh, check the
classified.
nu-
It's going to go down in RADO
Check
history.
the classifieds.
It was Boys, I see a lot
You were
of
there.
music. That was one of the.
You were front row. You were riding that rail.
I was getting down.
There
Yeah,
was no
dude.
rail, and you were riding.
Yeah.
There was no rail,
There was just
but I was riding.
there was just a vibe getting passed
Yeah.
from Elliot to
Yeah,
Ben.
there was
like,
a
I just
proverbial
looked up and they were just
rail.
ripping it together, dude. It was
Man,
awesome.
It was such a magical night, and I want to dive into it, but man, were the vibes high that night.
Yeah, dude.
Everyone was dancing, man.
That place felt like it was rocking a bit, like shaking.
I love.
It was.
I honestly
It did.
I honestly love that venue for you guys.
For sure. Yeah, Lost
Yeah.
Lake was cool.
Lost Lake was cool. Have you played there before?
Not as a group. That was Jimmy's first time. I'd played there like 5 years ago. Ben's played there the most.
And it's
Yeah, I
under
played there
it's-
like 5 times.
It's under
Okay.
new, I think, new management or
No.
they've just gone through renovations. New
Perhaps.
sound
It
system,
looks
Yeah,
different.
production.
new
has
sound
it up.
system, new
AG
lights.
is always on
Yeah.
that
New
place.
board, new lights. They got that giant LED thing now.
It
It's
sounds
sick.
great in there.
Yeah.
Right?
It does. Sound quality was amazing. Lights were amazing. And
Hard on the
the,
lights.
the theme of the night, the Ra-Bisco, a little tribute to the disco business.
Yeah.
Who?
Who? Yeah.
A
Never
band near and dear to all of our hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Walk me through kind of what went into that decision, boys. Why Bisco? What kind of preparation went into it?
You
Tell
know-
me about the decision making.
When I just want to say before they go
Yeah.
into that, when I first met up with these guys and I was like, you know, what kind of music do you listen to? Every single one of them eventually said the Disco Biscuits. And I looked at James and I was like, am I surrounded by people that love the Disco Biscuits? Because I'm going to be honest
yes.
with you, like that's not my go-to.
Sure.
I mean, I've been
Fair.
to I don't know 5 or 6 Disco Biscuit shows over the years, and the most fun I've had going to a Disco Biscuit show is with you guys.
Yeah,
and
oh
you've
yeah.
That
opened
was-
my
that
portal.
Yeah.
That was a
You've
sick
made
show.
me understand again, perhaps, what it is that makes their music so incredibly cool.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
to see what you guys put together on this Halloween night was magical.
It was unbelievable.
report.
And what pulled me into these guys was the Disco Biscuits.
There's a thread.
Was it all links back to the Biscuits? Was seeing you guys cover tourists
Randomly.
Yeah.
and randomly and yeah, walk me through kind of what went into this show, the preparation, the decision making, the set list.
No doubt.
I mean, Dylan, you you were the ideator,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you write the set list?
Yeah, I wrote. Yeah, man. I
Yep.
mean,
That's Dilly.
I wanted to do something like it's Halloween. You know what I mean? So like in jam band fashion, everybody does something kind of special, and they treat it as a way to get like a little more creative and walk away from like their standard things. So we had been on tour, and it was like we're not really going to be able to like work on the rock opera or something, so that wasn't going to get introduced. But it was just like we've been listening to Touchdowns all day, all the time, and like listening to the Biscuits all the time. They've just been in tour, like, so they've just been like we've been talking about, a huge thread, right? And there's a couple songs that we've covered throughout. So like the Great Abyss, we've done like here and there. Like Kevin and I just like tease these things because
Sure.
the Disco Biscuits, they're nice. You can just tease little
Cyclone.
hits of them. Yeah, we
Yeah.
tease Cyclone forever, but putting
Loop
it
it.
all together, like a Helicopter, same thing. We've never actually played all these songs all the way through. And I thought like the most interesting piece of it was not just to like cover the Disco Biscuits, but to like personify them, because we don't write our set list ahead of time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
we
this
have
is
a
like the first
song
time.
cloud. Yeah, we never do that.
First time.
Yeah,
literally
and
is
since
one of
Ben-
the-
Yeah.
I actually agreed to play for my birthday one year, and I wrote down a set list that they played. But I don't know.
I guess that's true.
Wow.
But
I don't
Ben
know
was
if
not-
it
Was
yeah.
that when I was in there?
No,
You were
but
not-
Ben
that
was
was
not
pre-
in the
so that's
band.
pre, yeah. pre.
But anyways, the Biscuits do that, and like the way that the Biscuits jam their sets are they have like peak sections that drop into a new key, or like they have like a major section that like flows into this like minor section. So like I was like, let's literally just do it like the Disco Biscuits
Yeah.
would. So it was almost like we were the Disco Biscuits, but we were covering RADO in a way, which was kind of wild, like a kind of wild perception, and it connected in that way, which is cool because it's like you come up with these ideas and you're like, this is probably gonna hit, but
Oh yeah.
to see it unfold was really, really cool. And I'm gonna be honest with you, dude, we got one practice in on this and just fucking
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? That
Yeah.
Wednesday
Ripped
we
it, that-
ripped it, and then rip the show Thursday. Like, it's after a 2-week tour. That's RADO fashion right there.
Yeah.
You did a fantastic job too of not only emulating the Disco Biscuits, but still staying true, I think, to the RADO format where
Oh yeah, definitely.
you're putting your own spin on things, but there's also this element of keeping it true to your sound, and it was great to see those two worlds collide. I mean, you were wearing the jumpsuit. It was all out. He was channeling his inner barber.
It was.
It was
mad
unbelievable.
scientist. I don't know, mad biker scientist maybe ripped off
on
sleeves.
a cold Halloween night with everybody huddled in Lost Lake, like a tiny little venue. It was packed out.
200 cap.
Disco ball. I mean, the vibe in there. It felt. I was like, are we the Disco Biscuits? Are we RADO?
That night we were.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do some of the new, like, you know, we've been covering tours for a long time, but doing Doorbell was really cool because we didn't, there's not really tabs out there or anything like that, you know what I mean? And obviously there's not that for tours. So it was really cool to kind of put that together through just listening to different recordings. And obviously with the Biscuits, they've done it differently. 8 times. So we're like, what are we going to do format wise? Are we going to stick to this? How do we want to perceive it?
And Doorbell caught me off guard too, because I mean, Helicopters I think was the first one. Abyss, Tricycle was in there. You were playing the classics, and then to hear Doorbell at the end, which isn't on an album, which has only been being played for a year and a half tops.
That was cool.
Electric.
Cool,
Absolutely
man. Well, I
electric.
thought it was really fun to look up and just see, because our friend Lucia, who you've met now and connected with, like, she posted in Biscuits family, so about the show. So like a lot of like people that like the Biscuits that don't know us ended up coming out to it. Yeah, and to like drop that song and look up, and people were just like going like this, like you listening to the recording is really fun, but you can tell that I'm like enjoying it so much that I'm like, you know, laughing a little bit in my vocals, maybe like miss a guitar note just because I'm just like like I'm at the show, it almost feels like, and that's kind of rare
in the crowd.
Yeah, it felt like that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because you can tell, I mean, not just you, Benny, Jimmy, K-Mac, you guys fucking love this music.
Yeah.
You love the Disco Biscuits. Yeah. You love every lyric. You hang on to the changes, and it translates to a really true awesome cover. And
that's sick.
Yeah. It was a cool thing to see.
Yeah, dude. And
you were vibing right with us on those lights.
Yeah, you were. And Matt was on, and he's moved. So Matt's kind of moved. He's been a utility guy. So just for those out there that know who that guy is, it's Mart.
Matthew
but
Bell.
like Matt does so much for the band, and he's been like a utility guy for us. He does the merch stuff. He does tour management, stage management, breaking down. Like whenever we're doing something, Matt's involved at the forefront, making it all fucking happen. But what's been awesome is now he's stepped into like kind of this next stage, which is like kind of doing the lights, which is really cool. Like that now he's like in in the band almost kind of vibe. If you think about like a Kuroda or like a waffle, you know, that does Fromfries.
I mean, those are some legends right there.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to the point where I understand my way around.
You're checking out Dopapot. You were behind the board, right? Or what was going on the other night?
I'm trying to network,
weekend?
you know.
Yeah. Taking notes,
dude. He just sends us a picture at Dopapot at Cervantes. Of the board, and I'm like, dude, are you like in the fucking booth right now? What's going on? He's like, yeah, man, I've been talking to this guy. He's just hanging out.
I love respect the hustle. That's awesome.
Shout out to Dopapod too. Those guys are on their final
seriously.
tour.
And like production, it takes your show to such a different level. And
it
so
really
when
does.
you can have someone that knows the music, is into the production, like that's that specialty.
One of the things that makes the Biscuits so unbelievable, not only are they, I mean, pioneers of Jamtronica, and we'll get into that later, but they are a step ahead of the game when it comes to the lights. They have always had an A+ light game. They always consistently blow it out of the water when it comes to the presentation and the aesthetic of the show.
It connects it. You know what I mean? You're able to, you're actually personifying, like putting the song to visual
and
audio
3D.
to visual.
They use LED like screens behind them too. Sometimes like they're triple medium. You know, lasers, lights, and LED. Screen,
lasers are next.
Which we had access to an LED screen too to play around with at Lost Lake too, which is just
next time.
I think that's that's what I think maybe my a bit of my part can be in this next chapter.
yeah.
Is helping
yeah.
you guys nail that production piece because
Dude, we're here for it.
it brings. I think it brings
Be
what it
awesome.
needs to the show with
It
this
does.
with this righteous music
Because
that
you know
guys
it.
have thrown down.
Because like that, or else we're just kind of at the, you know, whatever the sound guy wants to do, and if he's like not really feeling it, he can just kind of like put the lights
Sound
on.
guys
like,
are usually great at lights, dude.
They're also usually really great at sound.
No comment.
But Lost Lake was great. That
Lost
guy
Lake
was
was
awesome. That guy was awesome.
Benny, I gotta
yeah.
I gotta ask you, dude. This guy to my left here is a fucking human metronome. The guy didn't stop all night. 4 on the floor all day long, dude.
Also, wasn't wearing a shirt.
Also, wasn't. It was a great
He
show.
shaved his nipples.
Cloak me?
Cloak.
Sleeveless cloak?
Cloakage.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, tell me about this. The stamina, the adding of layers. Okay, so you take away the snare drum, you add the snare drum. There's layers
yeah.
to this shit. Alan from the Biscuits is a master at it. You are a master at it. Tell me about the drumming that goes behind Jamtronica and what it takes to just be that house beat all night long.
Sheesh, a lot.
Yeah.
It's a powertrain house,
Yeah.
is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it takes, what helps me the most is actually biking. So it's not actually like it's not the, well, you got to do the drumming, obviously, but biking, endurance, cardio, all that type of stuff, super important. I mean, similar to Alan, he'll freaking run like a half marathon before a 4-hour Biscuits show, which is insane.
That's crazy.
But doing the cardio, also stretching, warming up, making sure your muscles are ready. Us as a band, we usually warm it up for 5-10 minutes on the first song. You know, it's about getting in the groove. And so it really is a marathon for an entire show, especially because we ripped, almost 3 hours, basically.
Yeah. 2.5.
And
2.5.
yeah, that ain't short.
No.
Especially
That
for what
ain't
we
short.
do.
No.
So it's a mixture of all the above, but you got to really think about and listen and pull yourself out of the actual what you're doing and listen to the band as a whole. I feel like that's super important for how to actually integrate and, you know, make it sound good.
I look for those little fucking hi-hat taps and the little
Me too.
the little all the fills, the
Taste.
accenting.
Oh, yeah.
He's using the full kit. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
And Benny's
Even the rim.
strategic though too, because he'll like if he's tired, he'll like
Big time rim.
He'll
Rim
just
Timmy
drop
over
to
here.
the just kind of the kick drum. I mean, obviously,
gotta stretch my
that's
legs,
still
I'll stand
something,
up.
or he'll
Which is
stand
key though.
up.
Less is
The
more.
legs, man.
Less is more sometimes in that world where
yeah.
it doesn't
Oh, yeah.
need to be
Give it air, give it breath.
100 at all times. Yes.
Yes. No, definitely
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
You get wrecked
It's insane.
otherwise.
I mean, Ben's my favorite drummer.
Hey, thank you, man.
Like truly,
Beautiful.
he's so good. It's I look over at him at shows. I'm just like, dude, what is happening
What
over
are we
there?
doing?
It sounds like 18 people. You know,
My-
you say
my-
James is doing the work at 12 men. Ben's on 18
Got
plus.
18.
18 plus.
My favorite band besides RADO is Fish, and Trey
Yeah.
lovingly says that about John Fishman, and it
Yeah.
melts my heart.
Yeah.
John Fishman, what he does,
He
people who don't
He loves
play
the
music
drums,
or
dude.
understand, he is one of the most. I mean, Trey is irreplaceable, but I think Fishman is just as irreplaceable in terms of what he brings to the
There's
table.
a reason the band's called Fish.
There is.
Here, here.
Swimming
Here,
around.
here. Here, here. Very good, guys. Anything else going on in the world of RADO? What's coming up? What do we got?
Dude, break.
Yeah,
break.
break.
Let's
Dude,
go, break.
A well-deserved break.
Yeah. Honestly,
Oh.
it's been a great year. But,
Yeah, rounded
you
it
know,
out.
11, like basically we're in the 11th month of the year. We are in the 11th month
currently.
of the year. It's November.
Exactly.
Jesus, I'm
Turkey
still
time.
thinking we're talking about Halloween. I'm just thinking about Halloween. But that
I
we've
heard some
played-
Christmas songs the other day. I'm
Dude,
not
we've
ready for
played-
that.
Dude, same.
How many
Wow.
shows have we played this year? Close to 70.
Yeah, close to
You know?
70.
Wow.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think we'll
So
round
that's
that
a
at 70
lot.
or so.
So having
Yeah.
That's a big year.
the last
That's a
couple of
huge
months
year.
is just
That's a huge accomplishment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Across the nation.
yeah, across
Let's
the
go.
nation. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a good year, man. It's been a great year. Really like breaking, into new markets and just feels like it keeps building and building and building. To cap it off with that
2 nights at the
well,
Dillo.
yeah, and we're capping it off at the Dillo. At down at the Armadillo Ranch in Manitou Springs for 2 nights, 27th, 28th of December. So it'll be a New Year's
Friday,
Eve.
Saturday.
And I'm putting it out there.
Breaking news.
We are doing the second part of the rock opera. So let's fucking
Spoiler
go.
alert.
Let's
Yes.
go. No,
Yep.
it's going down. Let's
Yeah.
get people there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This
Yeah,
is your
for
chance,
Purdue.
people.
Yeah.
You know the people who saw Gamehenge way back when. This
Yeah.
is your chance to get a part of it.
Oh yeah, I think, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be
It's
fun.
never going to be played through and from
Yeah.
start to finish.
They're gonna be
again.
like, do you remember in 2024 when they played? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really and the people in Manitou love. I mean, they like request the opera songs.
I
when
mean,
they go
the
there.
rock opera.
It's cool.
The rock opera.
Opera
You
is-
should come down there.
Opera
Man.
Yeah,
Papa.
I'll be
Dillo's
there.
a vibe,
Dude, I can't
It's
wait. This
really,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really really fun.
Yep. Yep. But I mean, the break, I will say, because it's good to go in on the tours, it tightens us up as a band, but then it's like a rubber band where you get the tension. Tension is when we're playing every night on a tour, 3-night, 4-night run, whatever you want to, call it. But then the tension where you bring the rubber band in,
Yeah.
and it actually allows us to breathe and think about the music, think about new songs we want to write. I mean, Dylan always goes on like a 20-song kick whenever we
I can't
have
I
a,
like to
have
be
a month
creative,
off,
dude.
so we'll see what he comes up with the next few weeks.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
really healthy for the band, I
Yeah.
feel like, and get time with our ladies.
Yeah, your people
take a
too,
trip,
right? I mean,
like-
you need time.
Yeah,
You gotta
having
let it
that
breathe.
balance.
I mean, you gotta let it breathe. But
Yeah.
I don't know. The work must continue.
Oh, it does.
and I don't mind
we're just getting
dude
started.
doing it in the background. Well, I like writing the songs, like songs in general. I like if it would be tough for me to not have a band to like write songs for it. Yeah, that would like
Sure.
kill me almost.
I got a
Like,
song in the works.
What?
Yeah,
Let's
dude, I was
go.
working on it on Tuesday night.
What?
Flowing on a
Bacon
little
with
tongue
Benny.
drum.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's a moving. It's a little slower of a song.
Okay.
It's in 6.
Okay.
Okay.
See,
Oh yeah.
I'd
So
love to hear.
two
Oh,
we
it's
can.
in
There you go.
6.
So new
Okay.
music,
Yeah.
new shows, new
Yep.
chapter 2025. Look out.
Yeah,
Watch
Look
out.
Gonna coming at the nation. We got
Yeah.
a lot of new territories we're breaking into.
Beautiful.
This next year.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. You know what's not rad?
What's not rad? What's not rad?
I got a bone to pick.
Uh
I got
oh.
a bone to pick.
He came in hot today. He was like,
Not
I
a
got
wishbone.
one
I
today.
got some things to get off my
Okay,
chest.
let's
Oh.
talk. Let's talk about it.
What the fuck is going on with downtown Denver?
Oh.
Specifically, the 16th Street Mall project.
They've been working on that thing since I was born. I think.
It's between DIA and the
thought it was
16th
before.
Street
Yeah,
Mall to
yeah.
see what gets done first. Your boy is a corporate wook here, and I go downtown
We all are.
every.
Shout out corporate work.
Shout out to the corporate
Shout
wooks.
out. Hey, represent.
Shout out to the corporate wooks.
What's up?
What's up?
Pour one out into your mouth.
Your
For
boy, for the last
Pour one out into your mouth, bro.
for the corporate wooks.
Faux show. Because we don't pour
Represent.
it because we ain't pouring it on
Now
the
we
air.
gotta use that.
That's the woke part, baby.
Hey. So 60th Street Mall.
Yeah,
Dude,
what's going on
tell us
down there?
more. Yeah, what is going on?
for the last 7 years, I have taken public transportation down to the old office downtown. Take the bus. It's kind of a beautiful thing. I've grown to like it.
Sure.
Except for this little project that they got going on the 16th Street Mall. And I don't know what the fuck they are doing down there. My bus takes a new route every single day. I don't know where to pick it up. I don't know where to get off. I'm like a kid going to his first class, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
And the other day, dude, I stood out there, man. I'm wandering around downtown. I don't know where to pick up the bus. I finally find it. I get home. The next day, I say, "Fuck this! I'm driving in. I'm driving in. I'm gonna pay $20 to park
Yeah.
downtown."
Yeah.
Hope it's worth it.
Good luck with that.
Oh, it wasn't. Because when I came back to my car, there was a rock thrown through the driver's side window of my
Did you
20.
You have a Grateful
I have a
Dead sticker on
2020
your back.
I have a fish license plate.
They're targeting. They're targeting.
I had a rock thrown through the
I'm sorry,
driver's
man.
side window of the old
What I
Mazda
don't-
CX-5.
What I don't get is like not being able to understand where your bus is going to pick you up.
Well, that might be a little bit of
like that's
a me problem.
See, I thought that was a citywide.
Think
thing.
about all the businesses.
That'd be ridiculous. You know,
I mean,
it's like you just have no idea where your bus is picking you up.
Dude, I haven't
every
nowhere to
single-
pick up the bus in 6 months.
Yeah, well,
and
I don't know
And the
where it is.
compounding issue
Terrible.
too is all the businesses that are paying, a ton in rent for that prime real estate.
Yeah.
Are getting shafted because there's no
Totally.
foot traffic.
Dude,
It's like this
Yeah.
big economic black hole.
You work
I
down
hope
there
they're
too,
getting
don't you?
stipends from the city or
I mean, it's
something.
no, it is hot garbage. I mean,
Gotta
they really
be.
gotta
Let's
fix
clean
that
it up.
stuff.
Yeah, it's an absolute mess, and so I try to take the problem and put it into my own hands, and
That failed.
yeah,
That is,
and you know
not
what?
rad.
You know what else is not
Sorry to hear
rad?
about the car.
Yeah.
You know what else is
Yeah,
not? Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's not rad is insurance companies because my deductible is $500 and the window is like $475.
That's garbage. Dude,
So there's a quick.
honestly, not rad.
$25 of insurance fraud.
Going on,
Not even once.
Not.
all the shit that's been going on in like Florida too with the hurricanes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
insurance companies down in Florida,
Dude.
They're
not
like,
even.
oh, we're
They-
out.
The battle isn't even against Mother Nature at that point because
Yeah.
you have your shit get fucked up and you're basically just like
Yeah.
screwed out of hand.
Yeah.
Like you have no chance. I feel feel terrible for those people
Yeah.
down there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
No, it's a
insane.
mess, dude. So that's my not rad.
My heart does
The
go
city
out.
of Denver, specifically downtown.
Yeah, I gotta-
specifically the 60s.
I got a hot nap, not rad take. This is a hot
What you
nap.
got, Dilly?
Like, so we've all been going. We know what day it is. It's it's election season's over, and I'm going to be honest. Thank God, because it's been a journey. And my big not rad is the political campaign ads.
Yes.
I'm holding both sides accountable here,
Yes.
y'all.
Tell
It's
'em.
fucking ridiculous.
Get 'em.
The heightened, dangerous rhetoric that we are using to influence people's decision, it's
To
an
mind fuck them.
abomination to
It's-
humanity. I don't know what's happening. Like, was it
I
this
mean,
bad before?
the
Was
political-
it this bad before?
The political ads
don't
in
think
Nebraska were pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. I mean, you might as well just be driving down the highway and have that like Jesus loves you thing. That's what
Yeah.
these ads are like.
like,
who
yo.
are we? Who is that influence?
It's like they try to one up
some
each other
logic?
too. It's just one after another.
I
It's
just
like,
I can't.
too much.
I'm like just trying to
Brainwashing,
watch the
dude.
fucking
It is.
football
Like,
game, dude.
yeah.
Modern day
I-
brainwashing.
dude,
I'm just trying to watch the football game, and it's like they're dropping
Yeah.
all this money
It's
to
like-
capture this hot ad
I know.
space.
Quick 6-second, like just fuck your brain.
And
I know.
Ad space.
I'm just
some-
trying to watch. I've got NC State plus 6.5, and I'm just trying to
I'm
watch
ju-
the fucking game.
And my
okay?
bet's not hitting, bro. And I'm pissed. I'm revved up.
Yeah,
So
dude,
the
that's
last thing I want to see is Donald Trump's ass
Yeah.
calling it World War III.
You know,
What the fuck?
Kamala's
Come on.
a lizard. You
Yeah,
know, if
like-
you really look into it.
It's just like there's no content. Like, just
Yep.
give me.
I'm glad that shit's
something.
over.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
thank God
just
that.
raw
What's
dogging
fucked
the
up
ad.
too is like Tosh and I are watching like some streaming stuff, and they're still on there. I was like, this is over. It's the
Yeah.
day after.
That's when
We're
you
the
sign up for
day
the
after.
non-ads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
non-ads. Yeah.
I got a text today, dude. I got one more. I thought we were done. I got a text today being
Bro,
like, text
don't
stop to opt out. It's like,
Even
motherfucker.
get me
it's-
on the texting, dude. That seems egregious. How'd you get my phone number? Just
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
signed up for some
Yeah.
campaign
personal,
thing like
yo.
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Very
I got
personal.
people calling me Hadley Tuthill.
Yeah.
From Michigan. That's my sister.
Yo, you got
Yeah.
your wires crossed
You do,
there.
You've always looked like a Hadley. to
Honestly,
me.
I wish to be quite frank, I wish I could have fucking voted in Michigan because that would have mattered a lot more because
Yeah.
the electoral college
Oh, yeah,
is
the
also
one was-
not
yeah,
very
you know what's
fucking
not
rad.
rad
It's
is the
archaic.
electoral
yeah,
college.
it's
Yeah.
fucking archaic.
Fuck that.
This
dude.
entire segment's gonna get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm living in a reality where Kamala Harris won the election and the Grateful Dead just announced a reunion tour.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Jerry's
Yeah,
back, dude.
yeah, let's-
Jerry's back.
I'm on. Let's go. I'm on a board with that messaging.
Yes.
Matt, let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah.
Benny, you have
What else
Yeah,
I
you
got?
know what else
What's
is
up?
not fucking
What's
rad?
not rad?
What's up?
Oh my gosh.
What's up?
Green rooms not being stocked for bands.
Oh my.
You get
God.
2 drink tickets. You show up at 4 p.m. You load your You're loading your stuff in. You don't play till 11 p.m.
This hits too close. Dude.
What are you
This
going
is
to be
hitting
doing
too close,
from like
dude.
5 p.m. until 10 p.m.?
I need to go outside.
2 drink tickets, like
They're gonna make you
come
pay for
on.
the rest of them.
Oh, you bet.
Ooh.
You bet. Yeah, rack up a $200 bill with the band, like, and we're playing the show.
What's on your rider?
The owner, Big Bill, comes out and he's like, "There's a hose in the back room. Drink from it."
We're not sure if it's water, beer, wine.
That's never happened.
No.
Yeah, like
They just don't, dude.
Yeah.
they don't. And it's like spend $50, stock the
20
fridge.
bucks. 20 bucks.
Yeah.
We live in Colorado. CLs are fucking 20. A 24
Yeah.
pack is 20
Get that
bucks.
cost.
Comes with the territory.
CLs.
Man.
CLs.
Do you? I remember back in the day, you'd hear like the riders of like the Rolling Stones and stuff. They would be like, "Oh, we need individual Skittles in each dish, but the colors need to be sorted." Do you have anything like that?
No,
Not
we're
yet.
not ridiculous.
We
We know
just need
a certain type of
CLs,
cheese.
some topos.
I think those writers
Yeah.
by the Stones and stuff that
Yeah.
are so like infamous,
Yeah.
were meant to fuck with the people,
Totally.
and
Oh,
lean
yeah.
into this entire. I mean,
You guys ever
No,
see?
no, no.
So if
Can't
you want
even
to
get
see,
3
you
drinks.
want to see what
We
they're
have
willing to do. Like, how willing is this venue?
How far can we push?
Yeah.
this?
How far do you want to go?
Yeah.
100%.
It's like the old Spinal Tap bit where he's like, and then I keep folding it, and then I have this, and I don't want this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just crack
It's not rad, dude.
crack another.
Did you hear
Just
that?
give it to the band.
All the listeners at home, did you
Come
hear that?
on.
No, it is
Yeah.
that is one
Industry could do a little better.
of the.
I will say.
That's a good
Super
hot
relatable.
not rad take, Ben.
I will say.
I got to be
Yeah.
real with
Yeah.
that one. That's really
Yeah.
not
We
rad.
battle it. Other bands battle it. Like,
Yeah.
let's step it up. Let's hook up the musicians.
Yeah, it is
stock
true.
a fridge.
Pay
Stock
these
a
guys.
mini fridge. Help them out. They
Or at
freaking
least let us
travel.
bring our own drinks
or bring
inside.
our own drinks.
Yeah.
They let us do
We'll spend
that
our own
at
$50.
Lost Lake, so
out
maybe
Shout out Lost
maybe
Lake.
that
Shout out
was
Lost
part of the
Lake.
vibe in general.
And all the other venues that we love.
Yeah, I was
very
like at the
much.
bar. I was like, "You guys aren't open, and we're sound checking. How do we get beers for
Yeah,
sound check?" He's
yeah.
like, "Bro, there's a liquor store right next door."
Yeah.
Oh, and we can.
That sounds like a job for Mart.
It's like, Matt, here's my credit card. and then
man.
and then I didn't get that card until
No, I kept on.
3
I
days
held on to
later.
it. I booked some flights.
Yeah.
Just Amex Express.
He's got Amex.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking advantage.
Hell yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Matt, any not rad takes?
You know, I'm. Any skiers? You guys ski?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Oh, yeah.
ski now.
Hey,
I
steamboat right here,
snowboard.
baby.
I ski
Yeah.
in course.
I'll be a Copper
Keep those
Saturday,
feet on
baby.
one.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm excited for
Hell yeah.
ski season.
Starting up.
Nothing gets me crustier than a ski bro coming up behind you in line and slapping his board or his skis right behind
Yeah.
you on top of the thing. It's like,
That
first
goes
of
on
all,
you.
I don't understand why you had to get the snow off your ski that bad.
Trying to lose
mean,
weight.
we are in
Trying to
snow.
lose weight.
It was, it's a blizzard, and you're like, I had a guy slam on the back of my skis,
That's
and
yeah,
then,
that's
and then
not
I turned
chill.
around to see what was going on, and he goes, "I made it," and I was like, "Made it where, dude? Where are you going?"
Yeah.
Going back
Where
up
have
or
you
down?
been and where are you making it from?
I don't know, man. People just their awareness, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
There's etiquette, dude. There's
There
etiquette
is,
to all of
man.
it that
Yeah, unspoken etiquette.
there is.
But you're in snow.
I know.
I still have not got that.
Yeah, that's
Full
a weird.
whiteout?
That's a
It
great
is a
one.
snowboard thing.
Yeah.
But
It's a
anyways, catch
snowboard.
me
It
out
is.
there with the Pats
Well,
for
you got
Team
one-
2 jersey
hey,
on.
Let's
give
go
it one back.
Saturday. We'll see you.
Let's go Broncos.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Icon
Let's
Pass.
go.
Shout out Icon Pass. Sponsor the pod.
For real.
You guys want to talk some tree of influence?
Let's talk tree.
You want to
influence.
talk
go there.
little Mount Rushmore, little ranks? People love
Take
ranks.
us there.
There's one thing about the internet that we know. People love to rank shit and then get mad about that list.
Yeah.
So, in a super original and creative segment we call the Tree of Influence, we're going to rank the Mount Rushmore of Jamtronica artists.
Oh,
Bands, artists.
Damn.
artists, not just bands.
Yeah,
artists.
because-
see that See, there's a writer right here. He leaves it
You
open.
got to leave it a little open-ended because there's some
Sprinkles.
question marks out there.
Yeah.
There's some question marks.
there definitely is.
I don't know. How do we
How
want
do we
to
want
order
to?
this?
Yeah, I think we
boys?
just maybe we kind of collectively start voicing some, and then we.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
How can you talk about?
Who wants
Matthew.
to go first?
No, you guys see my T-shirt.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them.
Sound
Yeah.
Tribe, Sector 9. I'll
Yeah.
just start. I'll put them out there. They definitely be on my tree of influence for the Jamtronica world. I mean, I think Jamtronica for me was one of my first forays into the jam world.
Oh, nice.
My dad was
did
a
not know
deadhead, but I didn't really get into the music until it clicked for me, which initially what really clicked for me was electronic music. I was listening to a lot of house, a lot of trance, listening to a DJ string together a show of nonstop music without stopping a song was something that I found incredibly cool. And so to see a band actually be able to translate that way was something that to me at the time was unknown. And Tribe for me was my first, they were my first love. It was like my first kiss.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Songs like Circus, songs
you
like
back.
Beautiful.
Ramon and Amiglio,
Oh, yeah.
the piano from Phipps, the guitar from Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes together in such a symphony that it's like you can hear these organic instruments playing together in melodies with this electronic vibe that the drops, the builds, that's where you feel it for me, and it's so exemplary in the way they put their set list together. So I love them to this day. I mean, Murph was the original bassist.
Shout out Murph.
Alana is one of my favorite bassists in the scene, and
Yeah.
there's few jam bands out there that have females repping.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It's
Yeah.
very cool to see her additions, and I think it's brought the band to a new level. I love seeing every time they come through town.
Yeah.
Catch me, at a Sound
And
Tribe show.
Artifact is one of those records that you can put on. It's so ahead of its time, right? I mean, that album I think was released in 2001, 2002, something early, and it was so ahead of its time.
I think it was 09, but
Oh, not, yeah. Cut that part.
But it's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite Jamtronica
I thought it
albums.
was before that.
Hey, we could
Yeah.
all be wrong.
We
Yeah.
could all be
Yeah.
wrong. It's one of those records too. It was so ahead of its time. It's jazzy, it's experimental, it's electronic. It goes hard, it goes soft. It has all of these incredible epic moments. It's still like the main portion of their catalog today. Like you're hoping to hear those songs.
Viable globally.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
those
One
are the
of-
ones you're looking for in the set list.
Right. It's one of those that, I mean, I think when you talk about jam band records, that's on that list.
100%.
Unbelievable.
Without a doubt.
Dude, and they have a cool or they used to anyways, like really rock with the LED setup.
They change it
on stage.
It's
Yeah.
changing all the time.
Yeah,
Sick.
but I
Yeah.
remember back, dude, when I first saw that, because I was having a good old time at Electric Forest.
Yeah,
and I,
shout out.
tell us
and I
more.
got lost and lost all my friends like I've done before.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like you.
festivals. No, that's not.
No way. Not a.
And anyways, dude, I like knew who STS9 was, but I had stumbled upon them, and I was just like, taken so far back by like how interesting the setup was, because they were playing instruments, but like it just felt like this like breathing, living, like sonic journey thing, like that I couldn't like put into words because I couldn't see the people, so it just felt like this like LED light screen just breathing at me, playing this electronic music, and I was just like, okay, I could live in this.
Was that first ever
this fractal
Jamtronica
space.
experience for you?
Was STS9? No, dude, because well, it depends
It
on
was-
if you
it was
count.
for me,
It,
for
it
sure.
depends
I
on
was-
if you count Boombox, because I saw Boombox like a long time ago with
Yeah.
my dad.
I would say true Jamtronica. STS9.
Yeah,
Probably
over Boombox?
because that was at two.
Oh, so now you're saying Boombox isn't Jamtronica.
No,
Ooh.
Well,
hot
didn't
take.
say that.
No, but,
But-
no, like like with a full band.
Yeah.
no
Full
real
band,
track
not one or two people or three.
leading the
you know.
way.
By
Dude,
the
it
way,
was
I
like-
looked Artifact 2005,
it
right
was
in the middle.
insane.
Oh yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Share
Right in the
That's-
middle.
that's awesome.
SCS9 too. It was one of the first bands I ever traveled to see too. I remember thinking, because I grew up in the Midwest and we didn't get that many shows. We get it maybe once a year if you're lucky. And I remember being 18, 19, 20 years old and going to Chicago and going to Milwaukee and these Midwest cities to travel and see STS9, and it was the pinnacle of my summer. I mean, that was like it. Like, oh my God, we're in Chicago seeing Tribe.
Nice.
Like,
I-
this is a
I never,
big deal.
I never went, but you remember Holidays? Like they
Yeah.
were one of the first bands with Bisco
Biscuits.
and
Yeah.
with Humphreys McGee to
Yeah.
do a destination event.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time.
Wasn't that in like the
The Dominican.
DR?
Yeah.
For a while, yeah.
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 I think they did it in Mexico maybe one year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tribe is sick.
Yeah.
You know, they've fallen off to me a little bit in terms of what I listen to.
I
Like
would agree- I would agree with that.
I don't put them on. I don't know any of their
I'm
new
a
music.
Bandcamp Sound Tribe Sector 9 subscriber. I listen to that shit all the
Shout
time.
out.
Let's go.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Let's go.
Send me some shit, bro.
Yeah,
why
seriously,
why
share it out.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'll subscribe.
I'm
I'll
into it.
subscribe.
I'm into
STS,
it.
yeah, STS9 was a. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say for like a nice long drive as well. Throw on
Totally.
some of their. Oh my gosh.
Totally.
And yeah, it's awesome.
Because they're one of the four. I mean, they're one of the forefathers, and that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're
They
talking
are.
about with like Mount Rushmore tree of influence.
Yes.
Yup.
You know, so I think they got to be up there for sure.
So
Yeah.
who else? Who else we talking
Yeah.
about here, boys?
I mean, we
I got Tribe.
yeah,
That's my
for sure. Benny, go ahead.
Oh, I got a
He's
rare
got-
one that you
he's
guys
got an
might not
interesting
know
one.
of.
Oh.
Nerve.
See,
But
I don't know
specifically,
this. This is-
JoJo Mayer. He was pioneering this shit back in the 80s and 90s, and then formed Nerve in New York and all this stuff. But he's been doing Jamtronica, live improv, drum and bass, all the house stuff for years. And I feel like he's actually a really
How
big
does one spell that? Nerve.
NERVE.
So just like
It's like
Nerve.
a nerve.
Nerve.
Just
like
just like it. Nerve
word
the
nerve.
band.
dude.
Yes.
it rips.
Dude,
I mean,
we're-
like Ben. Ben
I gotta get on this. Dude.
Ben
Get me
showed,
in the medicine.
So talking about being in Oklahoma, dude. Ben showed me this because he's brought this up a couple times. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, we like,
getting
I
him,
like
like,
Nerve,
getting-
and we
how
always
do I
be
like-
like, shout out Nerve, and kind of make
Dude.
fun of him. But like,
The
dude, then he
underdogs.
put it on,
100%.
and I was like, oh my,
So it's some
god.
drum and bass madness.
2018. Yeah, they got a hot show on YouTube.
It
Just
is
search
that
Nerve
shit, dude.
2018. Just do that.
Did they all die in like a horrific Dave Matthews Band bus shitting incident?
Still drinking. Nope.
No, dude, it's a three piece, and it's like
Yep.
kind of more.
Synth.
It's like more, yeah, it's
Bass,
drum and
drums.
bass, but it's that drum and bass shit. And Ben's
yeah.
been listening to that. Like, talk about your Tronica influences. Ben's
Dude.
been listening to this shit since elementary school.
Yeah.
Can't you just see a
Drummer?
little Benny? Just
Yeah,
like,
dude. Dial-up internet.
That's how he's got
Dial-up
the
internet.
His parents were like,
LimeWire.
"Oh Jesus Christ!"
Yeah. God, he's gonna do drugs. God damn it.
Yeah, dude. Third grade. Bought these big ass Sony speakers. Still have them.
running your strobe light.
And- dude. Yeah.
Getting that dense fog
and I would
going.
bump hard because I was like, man, this is sick. Third grade,
It's
like,
sick.
Yep, they're
Yeah,
they're
there's
really
this-
dope.
That
Oh,
show's
yeah.
really good. There's a is that the
This is
no? That's
no.
a Lotus.
Yeah.
Anyway, you'll find
yeah.
Nerve if you find it.
Shout out drummerroll.com. I think they're still going.
Yeah.
hopefully.
That's a deep cut, Benny. I should have.
That
known
is
you were
a
gonna
deep
bring
cut.
deep-
Yeah.
cut right there.
Yeah.
Check them. Check them.
check
would- I need
I
to
was
go.
I was straight up
You've
blown
sold
away.
me.
Like Ben
Yeah.
and I stayed away. Like we watched 3 shows. I think like actually from start to finish, and there were no drugs involved. Brought to you by that message.
Yeah.
We were just hanging
Straight
out. Like I was just like,
life.
I love this. What is this? Tell me more. Tell me everything about this band. Who's
Yeah.
JoJo Mayer for real? Oh my god! Shout out,
Finally
Nerve.
Shout out Nerve, dude.
Got him.
You get something new every day on this podcast. Shout out Nerve. I'm gonna shout out. We were talking about first loves. First loves, the people
Love
who
at first
brought you
sight?
into this music scene. My first love was Lotus. 100%. When
I can resonate.
when I discovered music festivals, and I didn't know what that sound was, but when I heard Lotus, it all clicked.
What would you describe their genre as if you
Well,
had to? Like,
It's
besides
evolved.
Jamtronica,
This Lotus or Lotus of
with Rample.
them, like the 2000s.
it's floaty elevator music in the best way possible. Like, I don't want to say elevator music in a negative sense, but like
I called it forest elevator music.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's a great way to describe it. It's floaty.
go.
It's feel good.
Elevator music for fairies.
It's euphoric. It's euphoric. It's orchestral.
It is.
It's everything, man. It makes you feel like you're floating. And it was a style of music that I had never heard before. And I saw Lotus play a handful of festivals from like 2009 to 12, maybe. And it changed my damn life.
Me too. They're
Yeah.
the first band that I saw out of state, just
Yep.
like Tribe was for you.
Yep.
And Mike Rempel is one of my favorite
Rempel.
guitarists of all time.
Yeah, he's a huge influence
His tone
on the scene.
It was just there was something about his peaceful zenness on stage and the way
Yes.
that he would translate that through.
It's patient playing in the best way.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not bigger. Like I've always felt that way about Lotus because like they're
Underrated.
They're the same as
Yeah,
Lotus.
they're
Underrated.
well,
Also-
they're not.
Also, Lotus with Timmy P.
Yeah.
massively.
Yeah,
And now-
Timmy
shit.
Palmieri
Yeah.
with
Tim
massively
Palmieri.
underrated.
Exactly. He came from Kung Fu, awesome band too. They're shreddier now in a great way. I love the way
Yeah.
they've evolved.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was time to bring more energy to the songs that we already love, and they did it in such a great way to where it breathes new life into this material.
And talk about like mixing it up setlist wise. They're bringing all the new shit in with,
Yes.
with the old shit.
Yes.
Dude, and they just
And the
slip
new-
it in. It's like, what?
Yeah,
When
and
you're
the
at
new stuff
show,
is great too. It's Lotus is one of those bands. I'm with you. I've always said this, that I think they deserve more respect. They deserve to be bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like they
They have
never.
a wide appeal.
Yeah.
Like they sound like you could listen to
Anyone.
any of those.
I've played them on
songs.
the
Like,
boat
you
with
could
my family
listen,
in
like,
Michigan.
Yeah.
Literally put on, and it's just.
I
Like, this
played
is
it for my
amazing. What is
65-year-old
this?
mother,
Right.
and she loved it.
Right.
Spiritualize, man. That's
That's
like
what
a
I was
song.
about to say.
That song is
Yeah.
like it's a constant.
I mean,
in my
Spiritualize
life.
is a
Umbilical
classic.
Moonrise too.
Yeah.
Like if you chop that in like half, or, the album version, and I would never do that. I'm just saying you would basically be listening to like a Kygo track or something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Speaking
mean?
of
Like
for
Nomad,
somehow-
Nomad,
like,
dude.
I-
Album wise,
Nomad,
yeah, that shit fucks.
Artifact,
Oh, yeah.
Nomad.
Yeah.
Nomad,
No, call it.
Suitcases and
Yeah,
sandwiches.
Lotus
I mean,
is huge.
Lotus is great. Lotus is the first love that I had. Shout out to them. Shout out to them for still doing it, man. They're still
Yeah,
out there.
dude. We actually jammed with Chuck at one time, dude. He like
Wow.
came to a lot 46 or local 46 when we were hosting the open jam.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
Like
Yeah.
our friends in Squeaky Feet was really good friends with him, and he just like showed up and we jammed with him, and that I never forget about that. 'cause
Yeah.
that was
And
so-
Chuck's-
I mean, it was
so
literally
Dude,
the,
Chuck
it
and the
was the year
boys?
before he
yeah,
his
so
untimely
cool. It was
passing.
so cool.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Chuck and the boys.
Yeah.
What was it? Mile High Spirits. They actually
Yeah.
opened for Schema once.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Incredible.
Getting
Yeah.
to
And he
share the
was
stage with
he
them.
was so sick in that band too, dude. Like
Oh, he's so sick.
like and you wouldn't notice per se all the things that he was doing, but then you would just like check him out, and you just like reminds me of Langdon in that way.
He looked like a doctor back there.
He
dude.
did.
He
just
was an absolute.
operating, dude.
was
Surgical.
And he had the
Oh,
highest,
Surgical.
crash cymbal of all time. It was like hanging way
He's
above
tall.
his head.
He's a really tall guy, dude. Super tall.
Shout out. I saw his
Legend.
his daughter played. His daughter played on stage with them most recently in Colorado.
I did see
they brought
that.
her out
That's
to
so
play a
cool.
song, which is very cool.
Wow.
So shout out to Lotus, incredible band, incredible band.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'll talk about the obvious one.
Oh, what you got there, Dilly?
Wonder
yes.
what we'll bring up.
Have we
Good-
talked about this band before?
Couldn't guess.
No, no. We only did a whole Halloween show about them. Yeah, I mean, I think the Disco Biscuits have to be.
Ooh.
I thought he was going to say conspirator.
Oh man, I would have to put them at the top of the top.
They
like
are
the
one
crown,
man.
like the crown.
Damn.
I think they've been
Absolutely.
doing it perhaps the longest as a group. And to be honest with you, like I grew up as a Fish kid, so like
too.
it wasn't like going to see electronic music. You know, like I didn't even get into like really the Biscuits until like 2015, 2016.
Damn, that's so wild. I'm like the opposite.
Dude, but like that band has changed how I listen to music and how I like
Yeah.
think about the guitar and how I approach creativity, because they've just what they've done, yeah, for Jamtronica, but I think what they've done kind of for like the overall scene is it's just created such a different sphere. Like it's so unique to them. Like people talk about, like you hear Trey play, you hear Jerry play, you're like, oh, I know that that's them. But like, I swear to God, as soon as you hear like the Biscuits, you're like, oh my God, that's the Biscuits. Let's fucking go. Time to like get
their
somebody. And
live
then what's
shows.
cool, the coolest thing about them
So
too,
good.
beyond, and we can talk about the music all day, but like what I love about it is like the B4L community, they're isn't another jam band community that's like that. Because
What
there's
is B4L for the uninclined out there?
Biscuits for life, baby.
Biscuits for life.
But like,
B4L.
but
Sorry if you
what
don't.
what I mean about that is, yes, there's diehard like Fish fans. There's diehard people that love the Dead, but like the Biscuits create super fans.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
fans that are like that. The tagline is Biscuits for life, dude. Like that is so real. That's so serious, and that means you're so dedicated to
Yep.
what they do that when you hear
Love that.
somebody likes the Disco Biscuits, you hear us playing Taurus, you're like, oh, I fuck with these guys.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, connected Matt Underwood and I.
that's it.
We were in
PAX 8.
PAX 8 training day one. We
Yeah.
sat next to each other and like we're just chatting up. It's like, oh wait, biscuits?
Yeah.
Oh wait, what?
And I've never
I
been
was like,
so
okay, cool.
influenced by
And their boss was like checking a list. He's like, they like the disco biscuits.
Yeah.
Perfect. Get them signed up. No, get 'em in.
Problematic.
No, PAX 8 is a Disco Biscuits friendly
Dude, that-
community.
yeah, very
The biscuits-
friendly.
Come
They're,
hither.
their fans, just to add on to what you said, their fans
Die
absolutely
beyond.
hold them as the greatest band of all time.
Yeah.
And it's not the biggest group of people, but if you find a Biscuits fan, that person loves the Disco Biscuits more than you love
They'll-
your favorite band.
And beyond the fit, like Fish people are like that, but like a Biscuits fan will fight you.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
I will kill you
Yeah.
if you disagree
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that dedication.
Yeah.
In a weird way. I kind of like it's kind of crazy,
Hey,
but
it's not
cool.
before sometimes.
Yeah,
dude.
it's not. It's
before
for
L.
for L, dude.
Yeah.
The thing for a normie like me, the thing that like really got me back into it with the Disco Biscuits. I mean, I got a B4L tattoo as a tramp
Yeah.
stamp. That was the first step. But then it was watching the creativity with how they do their set list. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
inverted songs.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like, and then when you learn what it is, it's like
Oh, we'll
jam
play the
first.
end first.
Jam first. It's like, oh yeah, dude, sign me up. You know what I mean?
Just flip it.
And I mean, it brings this creative energy that I think some bands just can't even begin to touch.
Can't fathom.
in the live realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm with you.
That's the beauty of it.
It didn't click right away for me. I saw the Disco Biscuits a handful of times over the years. My first time was after Fish in Madison Square Garden in like 2012. And they played till 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. And it was cool.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I was tired. All right. And then I saw them at a handful. And keep in mind, too, the Biscuits, a lot of people will say their peak is 07 to 09. A lot of people point to the Sammy years in like 99 to 01.
People say that like jaded Fish fans say that Fish was
Right.
done in
Right.
fucking. you
But
know.
from 2010 to 2019, they didn't play a lot
They
of
didn't.
shows.
They
There
weren't.
wasn't.
They weren't playing.
Nah.
There
they're-
wasn't
they're
full
going through it
tours.
a little.
They were going through it. So and especially for a Midwest, like, dude, I'm living in Minnesota.
Never played
I'm not
there.
getting access to
Yeah.
the Disco.
now they
Biscuits.
back,
Yeah.
baby.
Now they're fucking back.
Fully
and
back.
They grabbed me like 3 years ago. man.
Yeah.
like it's new, and I am all
Yeah,
in.
but
got this
but if
new
you
force.
think about
Yeah.
Jamtronica in general, though, if we really are tying it back to like Mount Rushmore, it's about
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
initial impact on what Jamtronica is
Yes.
just insane. Like a song like
Yeah.
"Above the Waves," like what the fuck is that in 1990? You know, like whenever it came, I think it was like like one of their first,
Yeah,
like
that whole hot
98s,
air balloon,
whatever.
the hot
Yeah,
air balloon
like,
saga is unbelievable.
it's insane, and to like have them drop like a song like that, at a concert, you're just kind of blown away. And I was
Yep.
really lucky to come to Denver, where there's a huge scene of that here. And I went to my first Disco Biscuits show, and I was just like, this is everything I've ever wanted
Yes.
in a band, and I love Fish to death. And I know my dad gets like testy about that. He's
watch out,
like,
Mart.
oh my God, I like said how big of an influence Barber is on me. He like texted me. He's like, what about
Calls you
Trey?
out.
It's like, Trey's still
Yeah.
up there, Dad. But it changed my life because they make it accessible in a weird way too. Like where it's like you can experiment and get weird and like kind of like
Yeah.
play around and see what happens. And it's like the composed sections of their songs are really technical and super challenging. But when the unts hits, like that's where they live and they kill it. But you, as a musician trying to jam, it's really nice to have it over top a beat that's like really consistent. So you can just kind of like play like a what and just have like a delay going.
Oh, yeah.
And like that gives you a lot of confidence
around.
and it instills this like it helped me figure out really how to like comfortably improv because the drums are such a consistent in that band that like like you can kind of be as minimal as you absolutely want, and you don't need to be in the forefront because that's not what Barber does all the time. He's hiding in the background. Like some of their best moments are like when he's chilling in the back and he's just kind of floating. You're like, where did he go? It's like so different.
He's the ultimate.
I love it.
Rhythm. He's the ultimate rhythm and lead. He plays a rhythm and a lead at
All
the
the
same time. And he
time.
knows when to dial it back and play rhythm guitar and then take the lead. And he has a style that is so uniquely Barber. That's the sign of a great guitar player, right? Is when you hear 3 notes and you know who it is.
And people would be lying
100%.
to you if they said that they're not like if there's a Jamtronica band out there that like the Biscuits influenced you because they influenced their next
100%.
the next band, you know?
Yeah.
Like all these dudes came up together, which I
also-
love too.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are prolific in the scene. Brownie supports so many other
Every-
bands.
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're opening up for the Disco Biscuits, it's like a kingmaker. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
Like they're clearly out there in the scene. They're listening to your shit. Touchdowns All Day exists. You guys have been on the podcast. That kind of engagement, the fact that they're out there listening to
They
our stuff.
care. They care
care.
about the younger bands.
That's
dude.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
think
That
about
support
who
is awesome.
opened up for them when they played at the Mission Ballroom. Cycles and Eminence.
Eminence Ensemble.
The two biggest
Badass.
pinnacle, like, obviously I think Beans is probably on tour or something like that, but whatever. Those 3 bands have been huge in the Denver scene, and for the Biscuits to come here, recognize that, respect that, and be like, jump on this show with us. That shows how in tune they are with the community, and like, there's not a lot of other bands that, like, in my opinion, like, from you being a fan of theirs, you kind of benefit from if you're like in tune with their community, and that's fucking real, and that's why they're number 1. Let's go.
Shout out.
B4L.
Oh,
The Disco
yeah, B for
Biscuits.
L. Absolutely.
So those are the heavy hitters. I
Heavy
feel like
hitters.
we've covered.
Man,
We've got a
that's
lot of
a
other
hot
bands.
list.
Oh man, there's so
So-
many others.
Yeah, there's so many.
So
others.
many
Lotus, Bisco,
Biscuits.
Yeah, are we
Nerve.
throwing Nerve up
JoJo.
there? We
And
got
Nerve?
to.
Yeah.
There's the Mount Rushmore.
Dig into
What are
Nerve,
some
dig
others?
into JoJo Mayer.
What are some others?
Dude,
Brothers Pack.
deal.
So I
How
got.
about-
Let me just say this real quick because I did a deep dive on like getting into some Jamtronica because like I said, I was more of a rock and roll kind of kid. Like, dude, the Brothers
Yeah.
Pass are fucking incredible.
and I think
Yeah,
if you were
dude.
to ask the Disco
Pioneers.
Biscuits who they're,
You guys
and
are blowing
Brothers
my
Past
mind
is
right
like,
now.
Tom Hamilton.
Who is Brothers Past and who is Nerve? Like, I have
Yeah.
homework to do.
Yeah, dude. You
Brothers, you know how I heard Fantasy Tour introduced me to Brothers Past. That was some deep message board, like your favorite fan's favorite
Yeah,
band.
dude.
type of
Matt
shit.
Matt Scholes was talking about Brothers Pass like many
Yeah.
years
Dude,
ago.
and George.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
didn't actually check him out until literally last night. I listened to this show. I dropped it in our Slack channel. You gotta check it out, dude.
right.
It's from Cervantes in Denver
What,
in
2012?
2012.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it just reminds me of like a RADO set because like the first like 3 songs are like 20 minutes, just like right off the bat.
They were playing as recently as 2012, huh? I thought they broke up, but
I don't know what I think. Well, J-Rad kind of took off and
you in 2012
Yeah.
at the last Brothers Pass show, dude?
Cervantes.
yeah, Cervantes.
There's other side.
I think J-Rad
J-Rad
kind of took off.
yeah, that
though,
makes
right?
sense.
Right
That
around
adds up.
2014, 2013, 2014.
Tommy
So, rounded
Hamilton can fucking play guitar, man.
That he can.
Yep.
And they have some cool music. Like they did Jamtronica really interesting. Like you guys got to check it out if you have like.
I've checked it.
The songs and the lyrics are like a little more heartfelt, a little more like lyrical and like you might like them a little bit more in that for that reason. Oh yeah, you will. Then like just talking about like some of the like
space.
more like space and like partying or whatever the fuck it might be. Like he's got man one of those-
Jamtronica, not known for its lyrics.
like one of the songs was called "Why Can't You Keep a Secret?" and I'm like, bro, that
Yeah.
dude,
God
huh,
damn.
huh?
Speaking to you,
Why?
dude.
Yes, I am terrible. Don't tell me secrets, guys. I drop bombs.
I got some P words for you guys.
All right, let's hit it.
All
Let's hit
right,
it.
what you got?
Particle, Papadosio,
Yeah, Docio for
Numa
show.
Trio, because it's Panuma, and
Thank you.
fucking Perpetual Groove, dude.
All right,
P
let's-
Groove.
okay.
P Groove.
Ben opened up
Dude,
for them.
Yeah, Schema.
You
We
did?
opened for them.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
2019. Holy shit. That was a sick show.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
You said Particle, Steve Mollett. the album Launchpad. I don't know when that
Dude,
came out. I'm not good at dates.
That to me would
Launchpad-
be in the Rushmore of great Jamtronica albums.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. In college, Elliot was
Raging.
raging for Launchpad.
He was launching.
I was launching.
I mean, they literally titled the album. They were like, "This is what it is.
This is what it is.
Yes.
This is the pad from which you launch."
so
And the Numa Trio, too, dude. The Numa Trio, like we discussed, Alex B., who went on to form Paper Diamond and produce a bunch of other shit. Numa Trio was ahead of their time.
Absolutely
Great.
And Paper Diamond also like Denver based. I mean,
Sounds
produced for Big Gigantic for a while, which
yes.
is Dominic Lally,
Yep.
Jeremy
Oh, yeah.
Salkin, other incredible local Denver musicians.
3-piece, too. I believe Numa Trio was just 3.
I think that's why they call
Dude,
it
the trio?
Numa Trio.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop the
It's
guitar.
it's impressive when the trio just full
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
Damn.
Isn't New Deal a trio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
New Deal.
time.
The New Deal deserves...
Dude, they are
Because
on the
they
list.
really paved the way in
They're
terms of...
Canadian, aren't
They're
they?
Canadian. They're from Toronto,
That was,
eh?
a, that was a
Toronto.
British
Oh,
accent. That was
yeah.
a British accent,
Toronto.
too.
Dude, what's great about the New Deal?
The
There
New
it
Deal
is.
can't
There it
be American.
No.
We're the old deal.
No.
We are the old deal, bro.
Yeah, currently.
Live in the old deal.
Shit.
The New Deal, dude, they didn't have songs at all. Like, for like the first 8 years of existence, they're just purely improv, pure jams. I think at some
Dude,
point...
studio jams too.
Yeah,
Like
at some point
live.
they came out with like Techno Beam, another one. It's like Particle Launchpad, and then Techno Beam New Deal like shaped me as a human being.
Oh, shit.
Dude,
Yeah, I think that's
legendary.
Yeah.
we share that in common.
Yeah,
Pioneers.
That was great. But
Yeah.
they really were the pioneers of improv in terms
Yeah.
of electronic improv. They didn't...
3-piece live improv.
Yeah.
Nerve. Similar.
Nerve. Shout out Nerve.
Dude, those
Dude,
3-piece trios,
continue to
man.
shout
Dude.
out Nerd.
God damn.
And all of this shit, keep in mind, is happening in
must.
like the early 2000s, pre like internet, pre
Yeah,
so
that's
like and like
dope.
pre
Yeah,
really
pre,
advanced
like,
computers. So they've
Ableton.
got
Yeah,
these
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind
It
of.
was the internet did barely exist. It was just like the forums, you know.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like
I was downloading from like archive.org.
Yeah, dialing up.
Yeah,
LimeWire, baby.
Read all
LimeWire.
the
Yeah,
script.
yeah.
yeah.
Is it particle
Oh, yeah.
or is it a virus?
Yeah. I remember downloading Digital Buddha by the Disco Biscuits on LimeWire.
Wow.
Damn. I
Yeah.
did not do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know what I was
That
doing.
is like,
I was just
what
like,
is
No
this?
virus or was there a
Yeah,
virus?
it's
That's
definitely
sick.
viruses. Dude.
The
Yeah. Dial-up music.
Dial-up music.
These are all great. These are all great.
Yeah, there's one more that would be
Ooh, what you
that
got?
I really it's not necessarily like old school or anything, but I think that's just doing really right by like true Jamtronica is Space Bacon.
I would. Great point.
Bro, they are
Can you say space
awesome.
bacon without saying works? I mean, where do you,
You
draw
Yeah.
the line?
Oh!
See there, but works is they border.
I
I think they
agree.
crunch a little more than true jam. Like that's why I said
Yeah.
true Jamtronica.
Ooh.
You know what
Crunch
I mean?
into
because
what?
like they just get a little crunchy. Like you can tell that they've got
Little
like
psychedelic-y?
Chris Hauser. No, it's just like a little more proggy, like that
Okay, okay.
crunchier guitar
Yep,
sound.
yep.
Which is a part of Jamtronica for sure. But I think they have more of a prog sound than Space Bacon. Where if you put them on, they've got some of the Lotus vibes, the Disco Biscuits vibes, the
Discets.
the Discets vibe.
Yeah. When I first heard Space Bacon, I
Might
thought
as
it was
well
the
call 'em
Disco
the
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
they do sound very close to
And
the
if you
Biscuits.
listen to old Space Bacon, the guitar player that used to be in the band what was his name? Jack or something like that.
Yeah,
he
Jack.
he used
What's
to
up, Jack?
take lessons from Rempel from Lotus.
No shit.
Yeah, so that influence cone is
Oh, yeah.
wide.
Can definitely.
And it feels like everybody
That
in the
tree
modern
is
day
ri-
scene has taken lessons from Rob Compa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
Dopapod.
taken some.
Yep.
I've taken some lessons from Rob,
Which is
I have
another
on his
band that, like,
Patreon.
I mean, Dopapod's one of my favorite bands.
100%.
But I don't know. Are they Jamtronica or are they?
They tiptoe
electric
that
jazz?
line.
They're jazzy.
They're
Yeah,
jazzy.
Jazzy, but
Because it's not unsy, it's jazzy.
Sometimes though, they can get
They
there.
can
you
get
know?
there. And Eli is an absolute monster.
Dude.
The first time I heard Eli,
A
shout
god.
out-
dude.
a god,
God amongst
octave,
mortals.
octave cat,
Yeah,
Octave
yeah.
Cat.
Now that's like
Which is also
Jamtronica.
with the Miller brothers
Yep.
Yeah.
from Lotus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
now we're building the tree, guys.
Now
The
we're
tree
building
is-
it.
The
Yeah.
tree is
Yeah.
coming.
The tree has many
Roots of it.
branches.
Yeah.
Roots
tree
have
has many
been grown.
branches.
Yeah, the Dopapod Cervantes shows too were great. Shout out to Eli
Oh
if you're
my
listening
gosh.
to this.
Hell yeah.
The Cervantes shows were great. The Works, like you mentioned, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, somewhere, Dayton, Ohio.
Docio's sick too.
Papadocio never clicked for me.
Dude, so
Dude,
I've been jamming them. Like I
Gotta
said,
show.
I went into this Jamtronica like hole, and they connected.
Good.
They
Yeah.
connected the dots a little bit.
Yeah.
They're artists through and through. Visual components. I mean, thinking about like concept through the visual and musical aspects.
Tell the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, to
Yep.
tell the story.
To
I
get on
mean,
a journey more so, I guess, which
For
is
sure.
a story.
and I forget his name. This is silly, but they have a member of the band that's like a genius with sound. I mean, the way that they presented and built their sound is pretty unique, and you can feel it when you go to the live shows.
Yeah. Yeah, would agree.
Couple more. Cosby Sweater, Turbo Suit. You guys ever see those
my
guys back
God,
in the day?
dude, I can't even
Those
believe
guys.
you brought them up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
The drummer
a
from
deep cut.
Roster. There's a deeper cut. The drummer from Roster McCabe, Jeff Peterson. Shout out.
You would.
They had to change their name,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
remember that.
Those guys rocked. You catch them
Yeah,
on a
they were
side
sick.
stage at like fucking 4 p.m. and they always crushed.
Dude, I remember
Hell
seeing them
yeah.
at the same electric
Damn.
forest that I was talking about with STS9, and they had like a small. I think it was the same day.
I was
Must
there,
have
dude.
been- you were there.
I was at that.
dude. They had that small
Yeah,
little
yeah.
crowd up there, and I just remember going up, and I was like, "This shit is of all these
It was
guys."
such a vibe,
I was
dude.
just having maybe I was just doing Jamtronica that
Yeah,
day, guys.
I
I was
mean-
getting in the mix, really figuring
Dude,
it out.
Jamtronica will take you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. And it was like the smallest little group that was like 150 people, and it was
All are
way
welcome.
too big of a stage.
Totally, dude.
And it was just like, this is crazy how big of a stage. Like the stage
Yeah.
length is longer than the amount of people that are like in this crowd. And it was just incredible to see that many people.
I
just
think
fucking getting
Nick,
after
and
it.
I'm going to I think he's on the Frasco podcast, is he not?
Gerlach?
Did he not participate in Cosby Sweater Turbo Suit?
I
Maybe
feel
I'm
like
making that up.
feel like that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Turbo Suit is Cosby Sweater.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
It's been a-
Gerlach.
It's been a while. Those
yeah.
guys rocked.
Damn.
The
Deep,
Magic
deep.
Beans, shout out. Here, I got a take for you.
Ooh.
You guys have a song called Thank You, Mr. Science.
Oh, man.
They have a song called Mr. Scientist. Are you guys in a secretive jam band fight with the Magic
I
Beans?
think it's more like Jimmy and whoever wrote that song over there had like a secret science society
guys, like-
that they're probably hanging out in.
Jimmy
that's way
Keys,
too smart
James
for the
Hatch, and
rest of
Casey
us.
Russell are both incredible keyboardists
Yeah.
in the Denver scene.
They are.
Maybe they share
Yeah.
some kind of
Science.
Have you ever
connection.
have they ever been
I've
seen in the
really
same room
just-
together?
I've really just been trying to
I don't.
get-
Are they
become-
the same person? Is that what you're getting?
I've really
at?
just been trying to get on the
saying,
Magic
dude.
Beans guest list for years, just to become friends with them.
Yeah.
because I think they're great.
They grew up. Two of those dudes
They're
grew
cool.
up. Shout out to Scott and Casey. They grew up in somewhere in Minnesota, around where I grew up. So
Nice.
those guys are hometown
Yeah.
legends.
Nice. That's
That's
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
Their festival, everything they've been able to accomplish. I mean, shout out Beanstalk,
Yeah.
Swerve, Eminence Ensemble. A few homies of ours on the lineup this year.
Yeah.
We've never been on the lineup, but I think we're free this year.
So
No
take notes.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. The Beans too. Shout out to Inside Jabu Jabu's Belly, one of their oldest tracks. I am a huge Zelda nerd, and when I heard that
that's
song,
so
it was a
dope.
Jamtronica song based on Zelda, and I was hooked right away. So,
That is so badass.
Yodo, you guys fuck
Oh,
with
yeah.
Yodo at all?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
a jam? Are they Jamtronica?
Absolutely, they
You
blew
think
my mind
so?
for a while.
Really?
I
Dude,
mean,
it's
all
improv.
improvised.
Back it up.
It's improv.
All improvised. You got Travis doing like synth rack,
Okay.
like all kinds,
Okay.
and playing bass, and Hans on a kit with like percussion and
Dude,
all
it's-
the-
Yeah.
It's got Jam and Tronica.
And then you
There
remember
it
when they
is.
did-
that? Is
you remember when
it
they did
right
the-
there.
All right, busted.
with Jamie Janover and fucking Steve Kimmick, dude.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it was that
praying.
fits the bill.
Praying.
Oh yeah.
It was praying, dude.
Dude, if you went to a music festival and they were playing the pre-party, and it's probably in a hot, sweaty tent at like
yeah.
2 a.m. It was always a fucking party, dude.
Yeah.
Yoda was always
Dude,
a
they
party.
brought the
And those were
Loves.
like these guys were like
Yodo broke up string
they were like
first.
no, let's not. but they
Allegedly.
they were at the time they were like these old dogs in the Jamtronica scene, and they were like, we can fucking play dubstep too, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And it ripped,
Do it live.
dude. It ripped.
It did.
And Kimmick is
Yeah.
like ancient.
Yeah.
Somebody that Jerry Garcia said, this is my favorite guitarist. And
Let's go.
he's playing
over
Yodo.
Wompy shit.
Yeah, but that's
I love that.
that's
Second
it.
up.
That
That checks
like,
out. That checks
that's how
out.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's progression of music. You know, those people
Yep.
are open. You know what I mean? Because that's the next step. Like that's
Yeah.
what it was. Like I
They-
loved like dubstep for a second.
Dude, when it was
Way into it as well.
2010,
2010,
2011, it
Roscoe?
was
my
you guys remember Woof?
Caspa,
Oh,
Roscoe,
dude.
Scream.
Yep.
Yep.
Scream won't even make dubstep anymore.
No, he
'cause
won't.
It's gone too
When the
mainstream.
Skrillex
Yeah.
Scary Monsters album came out, it was revolutionary.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I
Fred Mouse won a
funny
Grammy.
Yoda story.
Yep.
I guess I'll tell the story.
Someone.
I interviewed Yodo at summer camp in like
No
2012
way. With the Grateful West?
Day 3 blasted out of my mind. I mean, I was like day 3 of a music festival, and I was like, this is gonna go poorly. And we basically just sat there and ripped dubstep because they were on the way. It was like 2013. They were kind of sick of doing it. And it just turned into like 20 minutes of us just shitting on dubstep for like, they're like, we don't even really like it anymore. And I was like, yeah, fuck that stuff, dude. And it was one of the worst interviews I've ever done. So shout out to Yodo for putting up with me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Send me that recording, dude. I wanna
Yeah,
listen to that.
we buried that one long ago.
Oh my god, I
don't know if we ever
kind
put
of
that
want
one
to check
out.
it out. That,
We buried that one.
probably just agreeing with
They're
everything
great
they
guys,
say. No questions.
Tell me
Really
more.
good. Yeah.
Jason
Oh,
and
no,
Michael.
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, fucking the kids these days.
Like,
insane.
I'm 22. Dude.
yeah. yeah.
I fucking love dubstep.
I haven't showered in 3 days. You guys want to rip on dubstep? Those guys are great, though. The string cheese guys are amazing.
Pop quiz. What does Yodo stand for?
Oh, fuck.
Elephants only talk occasionally.
Oh, motherfucker! Yes. There you go.
Didn't know.
Hey,
Pure improv, dude.
yeah.
Good job, Mart. You get an A.
Yeah.
Pop quiz
Nailed it.
myself.
Winner.
Beautiful. Dude, any other bands?
That was a. I
Tree
mean,
influence is
man.
fat, but I think
Yeah.
ultimately,
Lot
are
of
we
buds.
all in agreement on the four? Like, do we just?
Yeah, I mean, the 4 big ones, I think, are Tribe, Lotus, Biscuits,
I guess we say Nerve for Ben.
and Nerve, dude.
Dude, they carved
Nerve
it.
for Ben.
They carved
Yeah.
it, and you didn't even know it.
yeah, Bash
Drum
Mix.
and bass pioneer.
No, I
Start
bet.
digging. It's
Huh?
there.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
for
I
real.
would love to. I would
but
love to
for the
see-
uninclined, this genre opened all of our mind's eyes up, and you guys
Yes.
should get on this
And
stuff.
you should,
immediately.
because it's the
Jamtronica hits.
greatest.
It is awesome.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Do we want to play some live music?
Oh, a little Mart's measurement.
Oh, Mart.
Mart's measurements.
I have to pee.
Oh.
Before we jump into this next segment, let me pee, and then we'll
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Quick
Let me
reset.
rant. Here, I got one more Jamtronica rant
Okay,
in the old
okay.
cannon for you.
Okay.
Let me tell you a little band called Kinetics. Anybody know about Kinetics? The bass player went on to form Sun Squabby.
Oh,
We know Sun Squabby. Josh,
yeah.
big
Yeah,
name.
I do know Kinetics too.
Dude, shout out if you're listening, Josh. That band changed my life. 10,000 Lakes Festival 2009. They do a bike.
Is he from out there?
I don't know. I think he lives in Denver now.
But
But
yeah.
they Adam the guitarist, Josh was on bass. It's one of those things where like they were never the biggest band in the scene, and most people now know Sun Squabby instead of Kinetics. But for like 18-year-old Elliot, it was very important. Like I thought they were like kings of the world.
Yeah.
And again, just saw him on like a side stage. Didn't really know that type of music was possible. It was funny. Pretty Lights was playing. He hadn't blown up yet. He was playing at 10,000 Lakes Festival. And I went to the Pretty Lights show, and it was all right. But I like kind of wandered off and found the side stage, and there is this band Kinetics playing. And took like kind of a bad vibe and turned it into the best vibe ever.
Oh, it's great flipping a vibe.
And it
Yeah.
like that is overcome. That's resilience. It takes
That is,
resilience,
man.
you know.
Yeah, and like here we are
Love that.
15 years later, and that moment is still like important. It's
that's-
still important to
that's
me.
so
I was
cool.
like, dude, kinetics under the tent at
Kinetics.
10,000 legs.
Was it with a K?
With a K, yeah.
Okay.
And they were
that
good.
does sound a little familiar.
Yeah, they-
Yeah, I've heard of them.
They played some shows, and I don't know what happened, you know, but shit happens. But
Yeah.
those guys were fun, man. And shout out to the Minnesota scene, Roster McCabe, the Limbs, Wookie Foot, and all those guys. That was hugely,
Foot's from out
hugely
there.
influential.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Love that.
That's a good scene. We haven't tapped into it at all.
We'll plug you in there. This is
Yeah.
good. The Caboose First
yeah,
Avenue. Good
it's always
scene.
been a little.
It's kind of out of the way.
It's north, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's a little north.
You kind of got to go out of your way to get to the open.
Oh,
I don't know why my
Shout out my guy
Canadian
Kyle, if Kyle's
accent
listening.
and
Kyle
northern
Styler.
accent keeps
What's
coming
up, dude?
out English style.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
We buck.
We're back.
Jobless.
All right. We got this queued up, and we're just going to break down a little live. Rod, do you want to give a backstory to what the show is?
Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah, so this is KRFC.
NPR Tiny Desk.
Yeah, up in FoCo, which is this really not NPR Tiny Desk, which is this really cool radio station. They do this thing called Live at Lunch, and our PR company, Win-Win, got us set up with it, and we went there, and this was a part of that like big October run of everything, and we went there at like 11 and just ripped on the radio. So it's an actual radio station, and they broadcast it out, and we were like, is it chill if we play three songs?
Yeah, can we cuss?
Well, no, we couldn't. I blew it, dude. And they literally like it's on there, and they like bleep it out in everything. But this place was so professional. They had like I don't know, 10 people set up, ready to do this whole thing. It was so cool.
Footage is great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean-
Our guy Sean in this band Team Mule.
Yeah.
Team Mule.
Shout out Team Mule.
Yeah, he interviewed us, and they're really sick, and they're up in Fort Collins, so check them out too.
Yeah.
This jam was like 16 minutes. You guys, you said you played up like 3 songs, right?
Yeah.
So it ended up being like the last chunk.
Yeah.
And I mean, this T for Two is one of my favorite songs that you guys have ever introduced.
This one or this song, T?
The song,
Oh, okay.
period. I mean,
Yeah.
this version's okay, I guess.
Mart's measurements getting hot.
No, it bangs.
I like it. I like
bangs.
it.
This is an incredible version of T for Two. But I was just saying, it's one of my favorite songs. And I remember when you introduced it first, it really resonated with me because lyrically, it reminds me of like, I got a feeling, or like that that Black Eyed Peas song that like repeats over and over again, or like
think about that.
or like Say It To Me Santos, where it's
Sure.
like lyrically it's short, it doesn't have that much in it, but it's the repetition of it is the beef of the song.
Yeah.
And you let the music, the
Yeah.
instruments talk.
Do you want to know where that kind of came from for
Tell
a second?
me.
It was it's actually inspired by your love of Goose, to be honest with you. I was like, I bet I can play a Goosey style guitar riff that Mart will absolutely love and probably think about
First
it
of all,
as his favorite song.
Rick
And this is
didn't plan that.
Rick
this is
Mitochondria from Goose would have notes. Okay? But that is incredible. I do love Goose.
I knew you would like this one.
I do love Goose. And the funny thing is this isn't like to me like, oh, that Goose song or that RADO song that sounds like Goose. It was just, to me, it was like, this is a RADO song, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the initial guitar riff is definitely like kind of, because like giving them a little credit, like they have this cool this kind of like jazzy guitar riff style, and that like slidey thing, thought really connected and sounded.
I love
way.
the groove of it too.
Yeah.
Just like it's pockety, it's
Funky, it's
it just-
uplifting.
It's
dude.
like if I was at a show, I'd be like,
uplifting.
damn, I can't not move.
Yep.
And the lyrics, I mean, it's like, okay, RADO wrote a song about a tea party, but it's actually much deeper than that.
love.
Like depending on, where. If you search for the meaning for you, right, it could be meaningful no matter what you're doing in life, whatever different mood you're in. It's like more for me, more for you, more for you, more for me. And I mean, that's kind of like that, like communion that I think it brings to the live sort of setting that is really beautiful too with this song.
Damn, Mart.
That was beautiful.
That
What you
was-
just said.
That was.
And I think we're about to get here, so I'm going to start saying this, but you guys should really get on Jardiance. It's great medication for
small technical issue. We're figuring it
We
out.
lost
We're
the
figuring it out.
audio. I don't know what happened.
did
Oh,
lose
it's
the
the
There.
got it. There she blows.
Hey,
All right, so this is kind of the musical bridge, right? That you guys are heading into here.
Going
Yep,
into the
about
D,
to-
D
yep.
minor section.
I feel like the tension that's built here, and then you resolve right before you start singing, going into the bridge. It's a thing of beauty, man. I mean, it really sort of sets the context for how you guys improv and jam in the song, and it feels good to listen to.
Yeah, this part came about like in a jam session too. Like I wrote some of the initial riffs just like along the lines of this jam session that we had. It was actually before you were in the band, I think. And Kevin came up with this like we should like transition to like D minor here, and then
Love that.
and then I just came out with this like
Oh, turn
I
it
can't
up.
explain.
Turn it up, Elliot, really quick. Because Kevin can't keep going.
No,
Just give it a quick
I like to
listen.
see Jimmy smile.
I just love K-Mac's
Look at
K-Mac's
that guy. Look at
background
that
right
guy.
here.
Fucking G.
And one of my favorite lines is "Jump into my car."
Yeah, cruise the atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Kev,
Shout out K Mac.
voice of
Voice of an angel.
Kevin the Shark.
Yeah. Kevin the Shark. Sing it, Mart.
It kind of sounds like a Gordo add-in. You know when Gordo takes like
Yeah, dude. So I used to sing this part, and I was like, why am I singing this? Kevin should rip it. I mean, he's just got such an angelic
Kevin
voice.
has the voice of an angel.
Yeah.
He really does.
It's lofty. Like it sounds and feels and looks heavenly.
Dude, the camera work of
Yeah, they ripped it, dude.
oh my
Wait, there's
gosh,
two beds?
KFC. Jimmy.
I mean, it's really a song I think built for improv and instrumental solos. This sort of, instrumental embellishments that each of you bring really shine in this song.
Yeah. The hi-hat that, I mean, they are cutting to it, but Ben's all over it. A lot of accents, a lot of flares.
Just trying to accent Jimmy here. Build him up.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That was a problem for us for a little while. It's like helping James's solos reach like the maximum
How to support
potential. Yeah, because the piano is always supporting. So when it comes out, it's like sometimes we're all like, okay, great, now we can take a break. But it's like, no, if he's gonna go, fucking go.
Send it.
And also,
Yep.
I love a good raw, uncut, just standard piano sound. Don't get me wrong, I love
Yeah.
synths
That, like,
and just
grand
murdered out
piano.
computer noises, but like just a pure,
It's Jimmy's
pure
favorite. I mean, not to
beautiful
talk for
piano.
Jimmy.
Sometimes it's nice.
Jimmy Keys, but
Like, we will
I'm
have
pretty
a
sure it's one
grand
of his
piano.
favorites.
Yeah, we will have a grand piano
Yeah.
on the stage
Yes.
at Red Rocks one day.
Yes.
For Jimmy Keys.
We've also like made James get more obsessed with synthesizers.
Yeah.
Be like, we'll be in the middle of like a practice, and we'll be like, I'm just trying to learn the song. I'm like, but play it on the synth now.
Yeah.
Give it on the synth.
Make it sound like aliens. are
Yeah,
playing.
dude. Like, come on. He's
Yeah.
like, no, dude. I'm
Yeah.
just trying
Use
to
the
figure out
chaos
fucking
pad
song,
or whatever
dude.
the hell.
Yeah,
that
Dude,
thing
the
is-
chaos
Whatever the
pad.
hell that thing
Thing
is
is
called.
sick. Yeah, new sounds coming. Coming to your ears soon.
All right, so we're about to hit the jam section here.
Yep.
That's literally what I was about to say. And it feels like right off the bat, you guys are just so patient. You're just listening to each other.
Just take a breath. Take a deep breath.
Have some tea.
Take a sip of that tea. Oh, yeah.
Life.
Think about life and how great it is. Just the best.
Happy trees. Painting. Life. Nature.
Life's good.
And then they sort of just like, it feels like you guys take 2 or 3 beats here and you just kind of let the space fill in while Benny and K-Mac just sort of let the beat build, bish.
Yeah. It was weird to do it on the radio. I mean, you were kind of like, should I do this crazy?
Yeah, you're like, how much time do we have to play?
Definitely.
Did they give you a time limit?
An hour.
An hour.
There's a nice Jimmy synth lead.
Yeah, this is all really ethereal. These are how these T-Jams have been going recently, where I'm like, I kind of got a reverse delay going, and then you see they're cutting to the whammy, and then you'll kind of see me pitch bend a little bit.
It's got that like reverse backward sucking vacuum guitar sound. So cool.
Segue into like a little drum and bass action.
And now it feels like Jimmy's on the virus.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of accentuating your guitar playing. And with the other hand, he's on the frickin' electric piano.
Yeah, he's bringing it up. I mean, that when James adds more and more, it gives me more room. Like when he's not playing as much chorded stuff, and obviously just like kind of holding out a pad, it gives me kind of a cue that he wants a little more guitar coming into the melody.
Yeah, now you can really hear the virus, which is the white tiny keyboard that James is playing. And with his right hand, he's on the electric piano.
Oh, yeah.
James is like a master of playing 2 keys at once. Almost better than anybody.
Ambidextrous, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Benny's just going nuts on the fills over there, dude.
Dude, the little accents, I love
and then
that.
That's what I love most about
love
you,
that.
man.
Just, it's like spicing up the, spicing up the dough. Just a little.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Meanwhile, K-Mac's also locked into this groove that you can hear really nicely.
Oh, yeah. I could. Because I was locked in.
And this sort of brings Dylan to that guitar solo point, that launch pad where he's about to just go.
Yeah, because they're really I mean, James and Kevin are like connecting, and Ben and I are like, we're all listening. But I think I'm listening to Ben the most ultimately, and I think he's listening to Kevin and I.
I'm listening to everyone. No, like seriously.
Obviously, but there's a connection between how I play a guitar fill, and I hear you accented on the cymbals right away.
Locked in.
I think you can really hear it. I mean, it feels like Benny hears the changes that are happening from the melody side of things from Dylan and James.
Yeah.
And he's about to just fill out the tempo with another snare hit so that it really locks it in and brings it back to that like dancing.
Oh yeah. Bring it back in.
I feel like right now is when they're like, put your tray tables up,
yes,
fasten your seatbelts.
Prepare for liftoff.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there it is.
Send it.
Dylan's feeling it. The feet are starting to move.
Yeah.
The barber 2-step is happening.
It's we.
You ever seen a
I think if we're
working through it.
We're working through.
He's like, I've got this ball sack cream.
I think it's because we're running it from KRFC's
Yeah.
channel, right on the peak. Didn't even need to step on my own pedal to mess
Dude,
it up.
shout out again KRFC because they got this great camera on Dylan's guitar work
Yeah.
here, and you can see him just lighting the fuck up on the fret board.
Just ferociously firing.
I mean,
That's easier than you think.
Dylan.
To be honest with you.
the guitar sound is incendiary.
Yeah.
Incendiary.
That's like one of my tricks, you know? That one. But then Ben does that build up, and I know he's going to pump it one more time through.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
We can pump it a few times. We can go right into it.
Right there. See that snare release, kind of? And he's still building. It's like we talked about last time.
That's how you let
And
the
then
beat
there
build,
goes
bitch.
the nod.
Shit, yeah.
It's subtle.
And then the flight attendant's like, now you're going to bring your tray tables right the fuck back down because we landed, dude. We landed.
Hey.
This is the captain. We've landed.
Oh, yeah. That was fun, man. This was a really cool place. Live
mean,
at lunch, and we've been able, you know, like Natalie's connected a couple people there, and you know they're an awesome little local, like right in the creative
supporting
district
jam
of
bands.
Fort Collins. Yeah, we walked in there, and again, Grateful Dead's a beacon. There's a huge Grateful Dead sign. I was like, thank God they're gonna let us play. Like,
Yeah.
In a
we're not
great
gonna have to
spot.
do these tight.
I'm with
versions of
my
this.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, for 16 minutes, you guys covered some ground on that.
Yeah, that was
absolutely.
Great version.
And for a radio session to have that many components.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main guy came in after, and he's like, "Wow, you guys really came into your own on that
Yeah.
last one."
Is
yeah,
that
yeah, we fucking did.
Yeah, is that your full pedal board setup? Like, is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
I was going to say,
That's
it looks
how-
like it. It
how
takes
it-
up about 25 feet of stage space.
Yeah.
You'd be mad if I did it. Yeah, it's the full setup.
And there you have it, folks.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Measurements.
KRFC, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
go.
You guys,
Shout out.
you guys freaking rock. That was
Yes.
awesome. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Really cool experience.
Any final takes, Mart, from the measurement? How's
Man,
the recipe?
I mean, it's just cool to see, you know, talk about bringing it way back to where we started, what's going on in 2024 for you guys. Yes, it's been a big year show-wise, but for me, it's been about sound, you know. The sound evolution for the band this year has been tremendous, and I think you really see it. It's exemplified in this jam from the T for T, from the KRC.
Yeah, hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Beautiful. There you have it, folks.
All right, y'all.
All right. Episode 2 in the books.
Episode 2 in the books. Thanks for
RADcast.
tuning in to
Thanks
the
for tuning in.
RADcast.
Let us know what you think. Let us know if we missed any bands. Let us know.
Subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, give us your hot
Welcome to the party. Hot.
takes.